Welcome to the live stream tonight on Queen of the Sungrown channel. I am so happy to be here. It has been a minute since I have been live on YouTube. It's been crazy on the farm. I mean, spring is in full effect. I mean, the flowers are blooming, the grass is growing. I've been so busy and it's been wonderful. I've been waiting all winter for this. And most importantly, I am most excited about our Blaze project. So tonight we are going to chat about Blaze because we are in the final countdown. June 1st is the last, like the cutoff. You cannot sign up for Blaze after June 1st. So, woohoo! Bosco, Bud, Caldeo, John, welcome, welcome. So we're going to get into the details about everything. Tonight we're going to do a giveaway, some seeds, and some immunity. I've got some of this, so you got to stick around for the end. You know, we're going to hopefully be hanging out for an hour. And you have to wait. You have to be here till the end for the giveaway. So we are, for those of you new who are just tuning in, let me break it down for you what Blaze is. We've got two Blazers in the chat right now, John and Caldeo. And as you know, I have not been super active on YouTube as I was in the beginning of the year. That's just the way it goes. This is the grind time for homesteading and farming. I have baby chicks that just hatched. I've been transplanting onions all day, pruning fruit trees, getting all of my brassicas in. I've got my 4-year-old. We are just outside every day getting things done. And this is the time to set yourself up for success. So I have started so many different types of cannabis seeds. And woohoo, welcome Cat Lady is here, my right-hand woman. Although she's on the left tonight. She has been helping me. I would not be able to do Blaze without her. And so, like, bringing it back to those cannabis seeds I've started, it's been about 2 weeks. I did my germination. I wish I had my can here on hand, but I did a side-by-side starting of the can germination and then direct sow. So that means that I just put the seeds directly into my soil blockers. Welcome, Duncan. And I had pretty much similar success in germination of both using the can versus the direct sow. Um, we've got tons of seeds that I gave away to my patrons. And so, as I was saying, I haven't been active on YouTube, but if you want to keep up, I am super active on my Discord server, Queen of the Sungrown, and we meet on Tuesday night, every Tuesday through the Patreon, Queen of the Sungrown. It's $10 a month. There's all different types of tiers, and this is going to give you the most access to what I have going on: writing, classes, recipes, behind the scenes content, freebies, giveaways, all that kind of jazz. So this month, like I said, we've just been grinding on the farm, and all of the Blazers who are here have started their seeds pretty much. And tonight we're going to just kind of talk about this Blaze project, what we expect from you, what you can expect from us, and where this project is going. So if you haven't watched Sungrown Stories Season 2, Episode 1 with Tom, the founder of Seedsman, go check it out. Listen to the whole thing because that's going to give you more of a background on what we're doing here. But if you haven't had it, I'll just, listen to it yet. I'll do like a too long don't read recap of the episode. So, Blaze, Botanical Latitude and Zone Evaluation. This is our citizen science project. Me, Cat Lady, John, Caldeo, everyone who participates is a member, and this is their project. That is the whole beauty of citizen science, is that we are all scientists participating in this data collection. And so our goal is to grow the same strain across the country, different hardiness zones, different latitudes, and evaluate different flowering times. Whoa, where did I go? I disappeared. Am I still here? There. That was
Sorry, I was putting the full view on you.
okay, that was a little tricked me. Now you see me, now you don't. So we've got strawberry banana grape and we've got purple Oreos. Now, both of these genetics are from seedsmen, so you can grab your seeds and participate in this citizen science project. And everyone is growing them all across the country, and we are collecting data by filling out a survey and determining the difference in flowering times, like when we see flower initiation begin, and harvesting times everywhere, because it's different where depending on your latitude, depending on your hardiness zone, depending on your microclimate. And so we've never, like, outdoor growers have never had this opportunity to share this kind of information because we've been in prohibition land for so long, since before technology like this or projects like this even existed. So this is like groundbreaking cannabis history that I'm so excited to be a part of. And it's just so fun. So Cat Lady is going to show us some of the surveys and some of the germination and what we've been doing so far along this journey with the strawberry banana grape and purple Oreos. And again, if you want to participate, use code Blaze, order those two genetics or one, doesn't matter. Go to seedsman.com, use code Blaze, and you will be able to participate in this. I'm not going to call it a grow along. That would be doing it a disservice, because this is citizen science. We are growing for science. It's not just a grow along. So participate. All right, Cat Lady, what kind of data, what are you got to show us tonight?
Cool. Hopefully you can indeed hear me very well. I realized before you're like, hey, get on and talk about stuff. I had the wrong mic set up. And so I was like, oh, that won't work. So, all right. I am very appreciative of the 20 something people who have already filled out the germination survey. Woo! And the 50 some odd people who have signed up for user accounts within Blaze. So,
Woo!
yes, woo indeed. And so, uh, I guess let's see some ooh shinies first before we go into the nitty gritty. Because one of the things that I saw is that there's lots of lovely photos that you all have submitted to share with us. So I figure let's look at some pictures if I can find the appropriate screen.
Yay. I can't believe we're up to 50. Okay, everybody, we need 250 participants. That is our goal. Sign up now. Let us know in the chat if you are signing up. You're listening to this, buy your seeds, sign up. So we are a quarter of the way there. We have a month and a half left. So help share with anybody that you think would be interested in doing this. And I'm going to give away Blaze seeds tonight at the end of this live stream. So someone is definitely going to be participating, but hopefully more of you are too. So don't wait to the end to see if just buy seeds, give them to everyone. Let's go. Grow together. Do we have
Yeah,
the
sorry.
what are we going to be showing first?
I'm
Let's
showing
say
germination photos if
okay.
Riverside wants to cooperate. Per
All
usual.
right, so Cat Lady is behind the scenes. She is like my tech lady because I am terrible with tech, and I would not be able to do this project without her. She's been the one creating the surveys, sending them out, doing all of the technology things behind the scenes. And so here we go. Here's an example of some of the photos from our germination survey. Wow, somebody's woo, paper towel method. Whoever's those purple Oreos are pretty big for 329. That must be when they transplanted. Not
Yeah,
There's no
well,
way they started those. Maybe.
that'd be a month ago if they if that's the day, almost a month ago if they started. That's not unbelievable.
True, true. My seedlings are just so sad because I make them go outside in 50-degree highs.
I'm not gonna lie because I wanted to do the whole complete natural sunlight as soon as they germinated, and I can show some of my little clips and whatnot later of how I did this. It was a low of 39 or 36 this morning, and so I was like, the last couple of mornings were cold, but it's supposed to be, knock on wood, somewhere the last few
Yeah,
really
we've
cold
had
nights.
lows of 29 and forgot one of my seedlings outside and it's rocking. It's doing its thing. It's a
Did you
purple
have a
super.
dome though? Because that's
Nope.
what I keep forgetting. Those
Nope.
domes make such. Oh wow.
I know. But I should be putting the dome. I don't think yeah, I don't know if the dome is tall enough for this tray, but I was thinking of doing the dome so I could generate more heat. Right now, they're
Yeah.
just like out there in the cold and the wind, and I have 60 seedlings. So I'm like, you know, I am just going, it's survival of the fittest on my farm. You better fucking survive if you want to live here.
Mm,
Okay, so we got some more picks. And
yeah,
yes,
and to
Duncan.
answer Duncan G's question, yes. So one of those pictures showed another strain, and that's just whatever they happen to be growing as well. But the two strains that we are doing for Blaze are Purple Oreos F1 and Strawberry Banana Grape. And you don't have to do both because we wanted to give strains that if you're super far north and only want to deal with something that's going to be maybe a little bit more of a quicker flower, the Purple Oreos is good for that. It's indica dominant slightly, and then the strawberry. Oh,
Banana grape is
thank
more
you.
seedling.
Exactly.
Or you do both, and then we see because we're so many hybridizations in cannabis that at
Mm-hmm.
this point, the like sativa indica, it's like okay, it's that's part of the science project is like to see if this is really when they claim 70% sativa 70% indica, is this really going to be bringing those equatorial characteristics where it
Mm-hmm.
prefers something more humid and hot, longer or shorter, longer days, all of the things. How about 7B? Yes, I'm in 6B. So I'm growing both of them in 6B.
Yep.
Cat Lady's in 6B, and so is John in 6B. And we're all different parts of the country,
Yeah.
6B. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. And if you were mentioning some cereal, as in the cereal strain, you can and still use Alex's seedsman code, which is Queen of the Sungrown, I think.
Sungrown 10, or you can use Blaze. I have two codes, whichever one you want to
Well,
use.
does Blaze work on both or only those two strains?
No, Blaze works on everything. It's
JK,
just
I take
you
it back.
get, yep. And yes, the outdoor wash is always better than the indoor. I just finished about 3 weeks ago washing all of last year's outdoor, and I've got about 7 ounces of rosin that is just so beautiful and tasty. And um,
I'm
yeah,
getting all
it's way
excited
better.
because I did my first wash with outdoor and it was so pretty. And Steven's like, oh, this is a really
Right.
good return. I guess I'm helping you grow more stuff outside this year because if we wash what you grow outside and then smoke what we grow inside.
Exactly. All right, let's see some more
All right, yeah,
photos. I
sorry.
love those fuzzy roots. That's okay. Let's keep it
Mm-hmm.
going. So these are
Yeah,
all pictures. And can other people see these photos on the platform? Because I want people to even know we should, after we show these photos, we should show people how to like log in, the
I agree.
whole,
Agreed.
yada
To the
yada.
point that I'm going to show it pending people's willingness to see it. I have not actually logged my germination survey yet, and I've wiped my testing accounts because I've tried with like Cat Lady as my tester. So I was going to show people this is how you register, this is how you do
Yay,
the, and
perfect.
then I'll even show because I'm like one step away from making the transplant survey live, and technically I think I've transplanted. We can go into those hypotheticals that I've been thinking about this week while we see that. But let's see more photos. Um, this does not look like a baby plant, so I'm wondering if,
Somebody was just like excited and posting
yeah,
photos of their plants,
which
or
I
they
can't lie. When
actually.
I was putting my seeds that hadn't germinated on the heat tray, I took video of the entire grow room. So it's just you gotta be you get
Oh, look at,
proud.
we've got some canning cans in there.
Mm-hmm.
Another somebody just accidentally, I think, put that picture like every time they
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look at that WHO survey that actually was, because one of the things about it is I didn't want to put any, and one of the things I need to double check before making this live is that there's no personal, double
Data.
check that there's no, yeah, well, nothing in the photo that could be, that somebody doesn't want their address on a label or something that's showing in a corner,
Yeah.
for example. Um, because we don't always pay attention to what's in our photo backgrounds.
So,
Can get
everybody, this is blazeresearch.org. So, that is where you do your surveys, and you have to have an account. So, you have to log in, and you will get all of that information when you purchase the seeds. You'll get a notification, and you'll get start your account and start this science project with us.
hmm At first, I was like, those are really big, but then I realized these are the babies right here.
We've got okay, someone put
Okay.
the paper towel. We've got all different methods of seed
Yeah.
starting. And if you want to take a look at my one of my recent articles on seedsman, it's a updated seed germination tips and tricks, kind of from the aspect of what's going on within the plant hormonally, and also including the can because it's just cool. And they sent me one, and I gotta give them a shout out. I really like that it has 8 dividers and that you can just put 8 strains in one small area, because sometimes when I have like 50 different strains, I mean, it doesn't help for 50, but having a lot of different strains and putting them all into different containers to soak is a bitch. So the can is nice for that.
Yeah, I used and just plan to make these the, because while they are disposable, I'm gonna reuse my little plastic condiment cups, and I just keep sanitizing them, and this is gonna be my like germination box kind of thing. But yeah, these are the photos that we got so far. And once I
But we
what I
have
want to
tons of more photos in the Discord too. So if you
true.
like to share pics, go ahead and join the Discord. We've got our own Blaze. So I have two, like, multiple channels, right? And we've got Queen of the Sungrown, which is behind the paywall. Sign up for Patreon, only $10 a month. Gets you the tips and tricks, recipes, articles, live streams, classes. But then there's the free Blaze Discord where you can feel free to post your photos and show off and chat with each other and do, smoke and sesh and stuff like that. All right. Yay. I love it.
Okay. All right. Do you want to look? I guess we could go through and talk about, and then that I realize I probably should have shrank down some of my videos before trying to upload them to the website, because there is a 2 gigabit maximum on videos for folks. Let's see. All right, let me get a new
The
browser.
link for the Discord is given to the people who sign up for Blaze, and um or if you are a Patreon member. So you can't get into the Blaze Discord unless you are a Blazer, and you don't have to pay for the Discord, but you got to be participating in the project. Otherwise, we'd get spammed with not saying that you would spam us, but you know what I mean? Like, we want to keep the photos of the purple Oreos, the strawberry banana grape, and make it a relevant group for people to share their experience doing the science project together.
Indeed, indeed.
That's interesting, Caldeo. He's saying that they got the idea for the can from a weekly pill dispenser. Hmm. Yeah, I used to take care of an old woman that had one of those. All right, what are we waiting? What are we trying to check out right now?
All right, so I'm going to share my screen again and do the login process.
All right. We are going to show you guys how to get in. So a lot of people have reached out, like, we only had 20 germination surveys and 50 people have signed up. So is that 50 people have created their account, or 50
Yes.
people have Okay. So we
So
may have more than that who haven't actually created their account yet, because and I'm waiting from Seedsman. I talked to Otto a couple days ago. So thank you, Seedsman, for supporting this, go along and sponsoring it. So we probably have more people who haven't even done this yet
Exactly. And we'll
because
remind people.
we're
I'll send a reminder tomorrow or after this for folks to fill out the germination survey, and then to let folks know that the transplant
transplant
surveys.
survey.
All
Woohoo!
right, so you go to the main page. Got to register a user.
All right. Woo, we're registering Cat Lady. And see, this, you guys, this is so simple. We try to make it like easy peasy, easy as can be. So you just, I mean, even on my website, queenofthesungrown.com, when you go there, the landing page says join Blaze, sign up, and it shows you step by step one, like step one, step two, step three. Look at that. Welcome, Cat Lady. All right.
Ah. And then, yeah, the link right there to join the Discord.
Yep.
And then I think it is this link up here is, I believe, open to everybody if you want to go look at last year's photo gallery. For what it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, do we want to go look at that? I'm like, no, stay on topic, stay on topic. So, going to Alex's seed germination article, I was curious because she talks about, and we've gone down rabbit holes on our Patreon only Tuesdays about H2O2 in the germination process. And I was kind of curious to know if it really have any effect on, I guess you could say, newer seeds like we're using for Blaze versus a set of seeds that are like 5 or 6 years old. So I did do it there just so that I could say, theoretically, it sped things up on 5-year-old seeds by like a couple of hours. But it really didn't do anything for these like nice freshy seeds. And what the article says, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, I am a student, is that a 1 to 10 ratio of 3% H2O2 to water for about an hour. And I'm not sure if that's what, if it, I think that said it in the article, or that might have been
It
another
was
discussion. But
citing from the white papers.
yeah,
Shout out Strange Show. Matt from Strange Show shared this article on H2O2 and how its effect on speeding up germination. And this is because it helps eliminate abscisic acid faster. And abscisic acid is a plant hormone that reduces germination. It keeps plants from germinating. So
and doesn't
the
it help not it helps activate gibberellum too, I think.
Yes, because when there's an absence of one, gibberellic acid is a plant hormone.
Duh.
So it kind
Okay,
of
okay. So
switches what plant hormone is, like communicating basically with the plant.
wonderful. All right. That makes more sense. Okay. I get it now.
And yes,
Um
biggest pheno hunt ever. I love it. Show on stream. Yes, there's going to be Is there going to be cloning? Just that we find the winner. There will, if you want to clone it, yeah, hell yeah, keep your clones. I've grown strawberry banana grape before. I didn't keep anything. I don't really have room to keep clones, but if you want to, yes, keep the data going. Always.
mhm. Okay, let's see. So, that's all to say. I'm going to say my nicknames are going to be H2O2, and I did both strains. And I started them on.
So you're saying that you did half in H2O2 and half in regular and water?
Yeah, so I did I germinated 4 seeds, 2 of each, one each of H2O2, one each of plain distilled water.
And there was no difference in germination.
I mean, and here's where, okay, germination, semantics, stuff like that. So I germinated mine, and I might as well just find that video really quick. Yeah. And let's see if I can share that screen now. Here, add that to share screen.
Yeah, so the issue that I have with H2O2 is that it kills microbial life. And so like we understand that our microbiome um is influencing everything that we do. And when we come into the world as humans, our inoculation is through the birth canal. The vagina inoculates us with the microbes that we need. And so a seedling is going to have the microbiome that is on the mother plant. And so if you soak your seeds in H2O2, you're also wiping out all of the microbiome that the plant, that the mother had imparted and left on her seeds. So to me, if you have an old rare seed that you want to like ensure germinates, you go for the hydrogen peroxide. But I really don't have difficulty popping seeds. So I would rather have that microbiome present than speed up my germination process because, your immune system is so important and it all relies on the microbiome, just to make sure that your plant is as healthy as possible.
Yeah, and part of why I was curious to do it myself because it was fairly like with the fresh seeds,
Hmm.
not a problem to get them to germinate. But we've had issue because Stephen went real crazy when it became legalized in Virginia a few years ago and bought a bunch of seeds. So we have a lot of old seeds and have had germination issues with those. And so I was curious to see if it would help, but both of the two older seeds germinated just fine. So whether or not they pop out of the soil is the next question.
Yeah, and in the study, it was like a matter of hours with the H2O2. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
a difference of like 15 hours to 24 hours. And, when you're thinking about it, it's like, really, what is half a day? But still. And everyone will die on their rock, their hydrogen peroxide rock, because it works for the you. Go ahead, do it. But try all, uh, do what makes you happy. And I'm just saying, like, to each his own, and it's great if you have old seeds, maybe you should try it, and maybe you should try not, once in a while.
And so are we I mean, even I guess it would still be, and this is again semantics, but
Yes, you sanitized your seeds because H2O2 will wipe out
it still
all
does
of
that.
the.
Yeah. That's what
Yep.
I thought. No, I did not scratch. Um, it's funny, I put in the things and I didn't even well, because I hadn't when I put in the options, I hadn't thought of it yet, but they are condiment
No,
contain.
peroxide will not burn the seedlings. Hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. So it is one molecule off from water, right? Water is H2O. Now, when you put H2O2, there's a reason that hydrogen peroxide is kept in a dark bottle. Just the presence of light will off gas that other oxygen molecule, turning it into water. That's why H2O2 hydrogen peroxide washes for if you have like botrytis or and you're trying to clean up your grow space, or you have a septic system, you can't use bleach when you're on septic because it will kill the microbes. Hydrogen peroxide is much more gentle. Once it has been oxidized, right? That word oxidized meaning the oxygen molecule is off gassing and leaving behind just water as residue. So it's not going to burn your seedlings. All right, easy peasy. Are you gonna upload a video or a photo?
I've got two videos that I'm going to attempt to upload.
All right.
Um,
And are we gonna see your video for your
yeah.
germination? Cool.
It's
Awesome.
not as
Yay.
cleaned up as I would have liked, but it's
At least you got yours up. I
I
didn't get you.
recorded all well, I was trying to edit it down and I'm like, ugh, this is annoying, even sped up, just like as I'm filling syringes with water. But it's like that one's not the one that really matters as much. So I'm gonna hit submit. It should go
Okay.
through. And It'll take a second because I did put big videos up. I will try and optimize that in the future, especially as we get really excited about adding more photos and videos of our babies, because we are also excited of our babies. Um, and then when it submits, you and also because I'm streaming right now, I just remembered that is it does not my internet connection is not happy. Well, it's happy enough. All right, I will let
Can we
that
just
do it.
go to the video then while that does its
That's
thing?
what I was gonna say. Is like, let's go ahead and switch gears for a sec.
We want the video. We want the video. And then I need to fill out my transplant survey. I don't even remember what day I transplanted, but I took a video of it on my phone. It'll have the timestamp. So there we go.
And that's literally when I was filling out my germination survey right there. I was like, oh wait, what date does that video say? Because I think it was less than a week ago. So, um,
Oh, man. Hey, Joe. Welcome. And Coco, would you recommend hydrogen peroxide in a humidifier? I mean, I suppose if you were trying to clean out your humidifier, sure, go ahead and, that might be a great way to clean a safer way to clean it than using anything else because it's going to just off gas into water. Okay, yay, let's watch this video, the
all
seed
right, let's
germination
see.
video.
I'm skipping through the ones where it's not as fun, and I'm just filling water into cups and then doing the H2O2 rinse for a week. But now you can see. I was gonna say, let me get back to the beginning because I just want to make sure. So, I've got my box. I also started some pepper seedlings, which I forgot to check on yesterday. Oops. Um, and then a couple of these are my older seeds that I was trying for to see if they'd germinate for shits and giggles. And then let's see, I started with showing the purple Oreo H2O2. We got a little popper there. So I'm counting this as germination on my surveys, and that's partially a question in the group. So that to me is germination. And then, oh, actually, let's cancel out all my silly sounds because I didn't intend for the audio to be heard. um, so when I put these into my into the containers with soil, I considered that my transplant. And I'll probably transplant twice before it goes outside fully. I did figure out how to zoom in better in just a sec, I swear.
Yay, and she's got the immunity in the background. Woo woo. Thank you everyone for all of your immunity orders this week. It's been so awesome to have the support of everybody. And we've got Blaze stickers. Yay. So you've just got all of your different seedlings in.
Yeah, I was really happy because I had we all had, like, not just with these seeds. Last year I had germination issues all around, even with those Pluto's slash lilac diesel autoflower crosses that were like freebies from Ethos. So here I think I'm showing the H2O2 and the not H2O2 ones by together is what I was doing. They look the same. That was
Yeah.
my analysis. Some of them had a little bit of a greener kind of tip to the point sticking out, but I don't know. Like that one has like kind of a green tip. But I didn't know some with H2O2 had that and some didn't. I don't know what the I haven't stared at seedlings long enough to really know what markings mean on them.
And so Marshall says diluted, it's pretty mild, but even 3% you get at the store will change the color of your skin and kill skin cells. Undiluted, it's actually pretty dangerous. Yes, if you are going to use hydrogen peroxide for cleaning, always dilute it. Like I said, it kills all of the microbiome. So it is strong antibacterial. It needs to oxidize to turn into water. That takes time. That means oxygen needs to off gas. It needs to have a chemical reaction for that to happen. So if you're going to put it in a humidifier to clean it out, dilute it, but don't just breathe in and have your room like with a humidifier going of hydrogen peroxide. And for the person asking what is Immunity, Joe, Immunity is my product that I developed over the last 5 years. It's something that I give my plants every once a week. I'll drop the link in the chat, and you can use code FREET for a free sample. Just pay for shipping, and I will send you some. Um, it is used, it's malted barley, it's biochar, humate, kelp, yucca, aloe, and a bacillus blend. So the point is to help reduce fertilizer use and really accelerate the nutrient um, cycling in living soil. And so this month on Patreon, we're talking all about nutrients. So this past week, we discussed the difference between chelation and solubilization and how we can improve our nutrient availability. I'll have an article dropping on Seedsman blog soon, but this Immunity contains ingredients that accelerate both chelation and solubilization of organic amendments that we use in our living soil systems. So if that's interesting to you, grab a free sample. I swear by it. I have commercial growers that I consult for on 100-acre farms in Oklahoma that use this every week. Obviously, they're not using it in a tiny bag like this, but we can do a giveaway as well for a bag of Immunity right now. Besides the small free sample that anyone listening can grab, we'll raffle off a 1 pound bag so that you can actually see it because multiple uses really helps it. Bees got mine the other week. Hell yeah. And yes, I can't wait to come back for another class. I had to postpone the Virginia class, but we will be back in on the East Coast in the fall once the season has come to an end. There's just so much going on with the Blaze project, with the farm. I cannot travel again until this growing season is over. So, this are you using in this the 50/50 cocoa vermiculite, or what are you using? Awesome. So, I want to say when you are germinating seeds, this is my recommendation for a recipe for a seed starting mix. And I don't know what you how you did you mix it yourself with a block?
Yeah, so well, I have a bag of cocoa and then a bag of vermiculite. And so I did 50/50, got it to the whatever that term is,
Field
saturation point.
capacity.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
then I pasteurized it in the microwave, let it cool down just to make sure there wasn't anything on in there because we're battling fruit flies downstairs. And
Mm,
or not fruit flies, fungus gnats. And so I had that was one of the issues last year too with my seedlings. Some of them got fungus gnatted. So
mm.
I wanted to make sure the soil was sterile.
So the a lot of people run into one of the biggest issues I see from growers starting seeds is they get damping off, and that's a fungal infection where it basically it just doesn't have the strength to withstand this fungus, and the seedling right where the soil level is, the stalk, you'll see just it fall over. That stem will have an indentation, and the fungus has basically attacked that tissue, and you'll lose seedlings to damping off. And so if you start with a inert media that has been sterilized and it's just simple cocoa and vermiculite, you're going to
Is
have
this
really high water
is put
retention.
and is what I my interpretation of, and I put a bit too much because I wasn't using a measuring utensil. You said you want to inoculate them as soon as, and since they had roots already, right, like they popped, I put a little bit of the good microbes that everything was lacking to help them out. Yes?
Yes.
Did I do
Yes.
right? Okay,
Yes,
good.
definitely. Um, so Bigfoot, I use Bigfoot. I sent you the Bigfoot Gold sample, which has their bacteria and their fungus. Normally I'll just do whatever I have, whatever kind of Bigfoot I have, probably like the water in, or the granule that has the biochar. And like, so keeping your soil inert, like sterilized, and then you don't need to add any nutrients because your seedling has everything it needs from the cotyledons, those first two leaves that emerge. And that first week, it does not need any kind of fertilizer. So you can just inoculate with a good bacteria, the good fungus that is the endomycorrhizal fungi that Bigfoot has. There's a bunch of different brands. I just really like Bigfoot because the dad, Dr. Mike Amaranthus, is the guy who basically breeds mycorrhizal fungi for all of the other companies. Like everyone in the country, every company pretty much uses his fungal strains. And they don't use an inert carrier powder like cornstarch or whatever the fuck other companies use. They use biochar and kelp and worm castings. So it has a little bit of something in there just to, add to it instead of just paying for something that doesn't add really anything. And yes, we're gonna do Ohio, I hope. Yes. I haven't heard back from the Ohio class, but I'm the class location, but I'm really wanting to go to Toledo is the goal so that we can all also go to Cedar Point, Cedar Rapids. I never remember what it's called, but that's the plan. Class and then roller coasters cuz you got to do something fun. San Diego, me and Cat Lady went to the zoo after the San Diego class, and that was fun.
Yeah, indeed. All right.
So,
Yeah, this one's almost over. Um, and so then, yeah, I put, I don't think I captured on video putting them in the nursery. Let me double check that. Or yeah. But I
so
have
my
the,
question for you is, because you are so typically I use cocoa coir vermiculite in my soil blocker, so it's very small and they only stay in there for about a week, 2 weeks because there is no nutrient. Are you going to, because these are little bit bigger, are you going to give them food after a while, like just top dress or water in, or like what's your plan with that since it is inert?
yeah. Um, I haven't fully figured that one out yet. I'll probably top dress and or feed, but then my goal is to, within reason, because we're almost, I'm gonna say we're almost to May. It's only the 17th. Feels like it's May. I think, but I'm gonna play by ear. I want to get my seedlings in the ground where they have all their nutrients anyways fairly quickly within a week or two. And I think the weather's going to allow that. But if not, then
Ooh, you're
yes.
brave, girl. I'm scared.
Well, see, here's the thing is
Because you're
I
6B, so you're the same as me, May
we're
15th,
not going
right?
to this last week is usually, or this last few weeks where we had like days in the 80s and then days in the 30s and then days in the 80s and days in the 30s. That ends usually by May. But then I also am just, I want to trust in the more doming, just putting like some domes over them, because like if clear plastic tote, I think it was John who showed us the
Yep.
numbers that it works from a temperature perspective. And
Yeah,
that's
it's like a
why like
miniature greenhouse.
exactly. And when I was opening up my seedlings this morning to check on them after a second cold morning, they were still warm because they had their little dome on them.
So you're leaving them outside already
In
overnight?
my mud room, in my mud
Okay.
room.
Okay.
And then let me.
I know. I last night it was so cold. I fell asleep and then woke up at 12:30 and I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't bring my seedlings inside." And it was freezing cold. I mean, our low was 31 this morning. So it was below freezing. We still had frost. And luckily that wasn't until like 4 a.m. So it was probably in the high 30s. So these seedlings are definitely taking a beating. That's for sure.
Okay, here's a better picture of where they have been living the last couple of days. So on
Okay.
a just in Windows, they have their dome. Um, and it stays pretty warm in there. Yeah, and Joe says use cut off milk jugs. I've seen it. I just haven't done it yet, and because I was too nervous and I didn't trust people until I saw numbers showing me that it was
I know.
possible.
That's the greenhouse effect, y'all. Isn't that crazy? So I cut the jug in half for the winter sowing, and then I just never did it. So I have a couple of milk jugs that are cut in half ready to go, and I have been thinking about transplanting my blaze seedlings out
Mm-hmm.
sooner than later, just because I have, my beds. I'm already prepping for where the blaze are going to go, so why
Yeah.
not just get them in there? All right, what's this video?
So this is as of, I don't understand the timestamp, but I think it was like 3 hours ago. So we are
Okay.
at, as of putting them in containers to, that was on the 14th, the evening of the 14th. So 3 days later, here we are. We've got all but one that has like popped up through the soil. And she, like, it might be almost. I should have paused more there, but these are the two autos that I had started. Theirs, I did put in a deeper cup with lower nutrients on the bottom in case I am not as diligent as I need to be, like I intend to be with the photo periods and get them all in the beds because an autoflowers taproot is more sensitive and I've messed up plenty that way.
Yeah,
So,
you just get like a tiny little flowering
but
plant.
they're fun. They're cute. You could call them ornamentals or something then.
Exactly.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't show the one where I was putting I'm going to say, speaking of autos that are big, I do have a photo. Maybe.
yeah, May is autoflower month with Seedsman, and I think they have like right now no minimum order for their 420 sale this weekend. So every order gets free seeds. Purple Oreos is 30% off. The Blaze code gets you an additional 10% off, and you get free seeds with any order. Normally it's like $150 and you get free seeds. Now like you'll get free seeds no matter what. So this is like an amazing time through their 420 sale to grab seeds. And also, I'll be running this weekend 42% off of my immunity product as well. So if you want to order it then, we'll have a 420 sale going on. And all of this is like helping fund the whole project. And this is we're small business. So any help is super appreciative. Okay, what is this video now?
This was the one I forgot to show in the middle of where they hung out for 24 hours on a heat mat. So in total darkness here, but then with the other, yeah, that was showing the temperature because we got the CO2 and temp thing. I've got
Mm.
babies. Wished I had not, I would say, go back here. Oh yeah, I was breathing into the CO2 meter to see if I could
See
get
if
it to
you're
go. Because I'm always like, ha, can I get it on camera doing it? But yeah, those are auto flowers in that tent right there.
okay. That's
Um,
fun. So
they're
autoflowers next month on Seedsman. May is kind of like the autoflower month for them, and I will be popping a bunch of autoflower seeds in May. I still got to finish building my garden, but it'll get there.
for reference, these are maybe 2 inches shorter than I am, which is 5 feet tall.
Cool.
They're pretties.
Mm-hmm.
What and we were like, I feel like I'm starting to learn more from you in that I think the other two that had been showing before, and Steven also was like, hey, I think these have too much nitrogen. I'm like, I agree. um, buggies.
That's the one thing I love about outdoor. Yes, Brandon, I love that. Anything, it's survival of the fittest over here as well. I'm kind of like that. I haven't done shit, although I have not left them outside. I am tempted to, but we still had a low in the 29. Well, as soon as I see that it's not below freezing anymore, I'm gonna leave them outside. But they've been pretty resilient.
A big thing is like what your low is too. Like if your highs are high but your lows are like super low, it's so hard to play that yo-yo game with the plants. You have to have good healthy plants to ride that out sometimes. But yeah, that's the flower tent. They just flipped into flower last week, I think. Yeah, the babies, the other babies.
Awesome. Well, we've got 10 minutes left of the live stream, so we definitely want to get our giveaway in. And um, do we have we had any, like, come on, guys, who's buying seeds? Who's getting, how many people are watching this right now, even? I don't even know
We
how to do that with the
I
Riverside.
got that info one sec. We have had 189 people at one point or another. Right now, we've got, I think, 30 people online.
All right.
Um,
Can we share my little Instagram reel? So if you
oh,
guys want to
yes.
follow along, I do post more on Instagram than YouTube because it's easy peasy, quick and easy. I think I said that twice, but I made a little reel of me transplanting. And haters gonna hate because my seedlings are leggy, but I do not give them any artificial light. It's cold as shit. They only sit like literally I don't care. This is so there's some immunity with all of the things that are in it and my leggy seedlings that I just buried in like seriously, you
Chickens.
can just bury your seedling stem and stalk in and roots will start growing out of it. Like don't trip. Like I'm just trying not to do any artificial light whatsoever for this project because when you bring in artificial light, then you start manipulating plant hormones and I want a true, unadulterated experiment to see when these plants go into flower with only having natural lighting. Hi, Scott. So that's the video. You guys can um, follow me along on Instagram for more tips and tricks and updates if you don't want to join Blaze. And then, of course, we do have a Blaze Friends of Blaze tier on Patreon that is only like $3 a month, and you'll get more behind the scenes content and stuff. So let's do a little giveaway. Um, let's give away some Blaze seeds. Yay! All right.
Woo.
So we're gonna do we how many people did you say there was?
Right now, it looks like there's 29, so yeah, we could say
Okay.
29.
So that's hilarious. He took out the city's light, the street light, but the city replaced it. Okay, so we got 29 people. I know that some of y'all are blazers in here. So if you win, you have to give it to somebody who will participate. I don't want you getting another set of seeds. I'll give you other seeds from my selection if you win, if that actually happens. Okay, so um 29 people. That means I have random number generator of 29 and we're going to just generate a number. So go 1 through 29 go and you are going to um have a chance to win the seeds, both purple Oreos and strawberry banana grapes. So put your number in the chat, 1 through 29, everyone listening, and Seedsman will send you your seeds. So you're going to have to, if you win this, which I don't even see any, and it's probably
Kalito,
like a
you can't
delayed.
play. You can't play Kalito.
I told him he could play if he gave it
Oh,
to somebody
okay. I missed
who
that
would
part.
participate.
I thought you meant in the
So
chat.
no, I said anybody who wins That's a
Okay.
blazer because I know Caldeo and
Okay.
I don't know if John is in, but
All right.
okay. So the
And
let's see
technically
here.
there are 32 in here now, so we might get up to 32, but
We'll see. We'll see. Johnny, Rascal, Almighty. Yes, come on, people. Roger, Joe, Bashkin Chronic, Boomer Grown, everybody. Mr. Dot. What are you talking about? All right, let's see. Number. I don't see the number. So we have 30 something people, and man, the number has been chosen and nobody has picked it. So
y'all, what's going on?
is it like lagging that I can't see new?
No, they're just being slow.
Okay. And then I'm going to just give that person also like they're gonna be a double winner because I don't want to do this again because you guys are so slow. So this is you missing out on another giveaway because you're slow. I'm gonna give away this immunity, this 1 pound, to whoever won the seeds also, so that their seeds, their blaze, is like the best grow that they've ever had. Because this shit
Mm-hmm.
is. Oh, I always forget to say there's insect frass in there as well. So that's gonna really help stimulate those terpenes with that chitin. Um, why do people keep picking the same numbers, but not the one? I don't see it. Can I share the number with you? That would
Yeah,
be so good. Where it? Come on. And if people are just I don't even care. You can keep on guessing then because if no one else is going to choose it, then let's see here. I'm gonna tell you what it is behind stage. So if you
okay.
see it before I do, it's in the studio chat. Why don't I see the number one that is missing? It's not that. It's not one. I was just singing that, but come on. This is crazy, y'all. So in that little excerpt that I shared from my Instagram, that is just like I have a full length video on my transplanting and what I like to do because if you are transitioning from an inert media, like I put my different inoculants in there. So that will be posted on YouTube as soon as I figure out how to get it off my phone and on the computer cuz oh, there we go. I see it. Scott.
Ah! Hmm.
Scott. You
Yes.
have won. Scott. So the number was 4. And I see at 6:57 you chose the winning number. So Scott, in order for you to get these seeds, you need to email me. You need to create first of all, create a Seedsman account, and then you're going to email me at alexandria at queenofthesungrown.com. And you're going to use the same email that you signed up for your Seedsman account with. And then when we talk, I will send your email to Seedsman and let them know that you won the seeds. And I'll give you a code to get your free sample, your free 1 pound bag of immunity. But you have to email me because I have 1,000,005 things going on. So I can't try and track you down. So reach out to me, Scott, please. Um, and yes, you've won. Congratulations. Woo! Great, Scott, you've won. Now, if anybody else wants to participate, go buy the seeds. What are they right now? I'm going to go to seedsman.com and see what the price is. Somebody wrote me and was like, $9 seems expensive for shipping, and I was like, what the heck? I don't know what Seedsman's shipping is. I'm not controlling this at all. I'm so sorry, guys. Let's just maybe I think that there's lots of 420 deals going on right now. They have a buy one get one free on their high THC ones with their seedsmen. So you can get buy one get one free and free seeds and discount code on use code blaze or sunground 10 and you're getting an additional 10% off. And they've got the banana jealousy looks really really good. And I'm bummed that my banana jealousy seedlings got blown away. So there's 3 days, 11 hours left for this sale. And if you, I guess they do have a minimum spend $50 for 3 seeds. But let me pull up the purple Oreos
Because I
because
think Kalita was
hello.
saying one of them was 30% off.
Yes. Yes, the purple Oreos is 30% off right now. So you can get 40% off of the purple Oreos and participate. And um, you know, select quantity, choose pack. Yeah, so they are a little bit on the pricier side. So it is one seed is $14, 3 seeds is $31, 5 seeds is $41, 10 seeds though is $69. So, it's better to buy more because a lot of seed packs, 10 packs are usually 100 bucks. um so 70
Mm-hmm.
bucks on the 10 pack. They're trying to encourage you to buy more seeds. I don't choose the prices. Seedsman is their own thing. They choose. So order
Business
Juicer
is business,
Blades.
and business got a business. But we
Yeah.
appreciate you for helping us collect research.
Yes, so sign up for Blaze. Join us on this exciting endeavor. Sign up for the Patreon. Tell anyone you know that you think would be interested in doing this. And if you have questions about the survey, reach out to Cat Lady because I don't know anything about technology. No, and we will touch base soon. Keep your eyes peeled for this drop on this article on nutrient availability on Seedsman's blog. And if you haven't read any of my stuff from them, go to their blog. And I write 2 articles a month for the last like 2 years. So there's tons of my content. If you can't make it to the Patreon, I put out so much free education and information. I don't think that anyone should gatekeep. All of this information empowers us as individuals, as growers, to become better people. The more informed we are, the more we learn. The more you know, the more you grow. So just keep on growing, everybody. And tune in. Go watch that episode with Tom and tune in soon and see the video on transplanting, which will drop in any moment. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Good
Thanks,
night. Keep
y'all. Good night.
watching.